touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Throwing to start the drive. Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get out to the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack? The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Hard throw, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
These two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Pickett. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his target, Harris. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw again. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught.
And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's over.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. After the sack on first down, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Jackson on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Flush to his right. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think it's on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
From the gun on 3rd down. Pickett.
Oh, Johnson, nice grab.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
They go play action with Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Yeah, once more, a strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Jackson. It's complete to Cook. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Now Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a run with Cook. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jackson. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second and 12. From the gun, Jackson. Steps away to his left. And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Tucker's kick is good. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson now.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
26 Mike. He's tied.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. So a good challenge there. The look pretty conclusive. The feet were in, and it's a completed pass. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 9. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but
yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually...
Yeah, he's in! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pickett going up top. He's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
26 man. Watch the run. 26 man.
Now it's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Here we go again. 26 man.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Jackson on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
First down, here's the run with Cook. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He'll dump this off to Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And this one is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off play action. Pickett under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw. Pickett flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Deontay Johnson
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Boswell for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Escaping the pressure right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Jackson.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now Jackson.
Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Jackson.
And he fires
this one incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jackson. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Throwing, Jackson.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll run for it with Cook. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. One last shot for Jackson. And this is going to be caught. On the final play, a touchdown. How about that? And a 2-point conversion now will send us to overtime.
And understandably, this crowd is in an absolute frenzy. But they've got to back it off a little bit, let the guys operate, and they need to take a deep breath as well. They've still got to get a 2-point conversion in order to tie this one.
And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away, and this remains a 2-point game.